Bad Break?
Yes.
Why?
I thought it was very funny, and I feel like the actor chosen for the main character was a good choice.
Yeah, I did. I found it really good.
Why?
Because it was funny, silly, had a bit of everything in it really.
I did enjoy Bad Break.
Why?
I thought it very much fitted the comedy genre. You know, there was obviously slapstick, humour, and obviously the conventions of a comedy film. So, seeing that all done well, I liked it.
I thought it was quite a good trailer, to be honest with you, Max.
Why?
I enjoyed the whole sort of comedic aspects of it, like when he stalled the car, that was quite funny. And then there was more stuff to do with like cinematography wise, like the shot where it went from the picture to the actual group of people. It was very nice.
Did you feel that it sticks to conventions or that it challenges conventions of a comedy film?
I think it mostly stuck to conventions.
No, it did stick to the convention of the comedy, just on the basis that you still had all the silly shots, the mise-en-scène linked up a little bit, and just cuts and edits of it.
Oh, I think it does fit because the main character does also break the fourth wall, which is also evident in like comedy films like, for example, Deadpool, where he breaks the fourth wall. So yeah, it's got a very upbeat tune to it as well. So
Now, I believe it did stick to some conventions of a comedy film due to the fact, you know, that really sort of cringy acting, maybe like a 90s comedy film. It's sort of overly cringy. Sticks to those conventions. Like it. Also the use of the colour yellow and some of the bright shots. Like lighting is a big part of comedy films, and the fact that it was so bright sort of added to that.
Does the cinematography fit the genre?
Yes, because there was a wide variety of shots used to effectively create comedy.
Yeah, the cinematography does fit the genre by the fact there's lots of cuts, lots of jump cuts in the shots, and then also when you've got close-ups for the because it's a bullying thing, you get the close-ups of the guy's emotions when he's pulling a funny face. Or
yeah, there's a lot of fast-paced shots to kind of show the pressure he's in.
Yes, I believe it does. There are some close-ups, some wide shots, sort of over-the-shoulder shots. So yeah, they're also representative of kind of the comedy genre as a whole.
What was your opinion on the soundtrack / mise-en-scène?
I feel like the mise-en-scène in terms of props used and costumes was very creative and very well used. And I feel like the soundtrack was good as well. It was the kind of soundtrack you would hear in a comedy film, so it helped well to create comedy.
Soundtrack was, I really liked it. It was quite like, worked really well. So when you wanted to make someone laugh, there was quite funky old school music, and then later on when they were having more of a heart-to-heart talk, the music slowed down a little bit.
Yeah, I think soundtrack-wise, I think it fitted because, like I said, upbeat, very happy, you know, high-pitched, etc. So that was pretty good. I think it fitted with the whole dialogue as well. Mise-en-scène was good as well. You know, you showed the variety of mise-en-scène locations. You know, the football pitch, the school, the house, etc. So
I really liked some parts of the mise-en-scène. The soundtrack was pretty tasty as well. Yeah, the soundtrack was pretty good, especially at the start. I enjoyed that part quite a lot.
What were the parts you enjoyed most?
The funniest part of the trailer was when the main character got hit in the face with a rugby ball.
Parts I enjoyed had to be the first bit where he just wakes up in bed and there's a voiceover, and then the bit where he's in the toilet getting.
my favourite bit would have to be where he stalls the car. You know, it's just kind of a minor, but it's kind of funny as well. You know, the red car as well. The colour of the car actually suits as well as he stalls it and goes out for him.
Okay, definitely the car stalling scene. Sort of the start as well, where you're sort of getting ready. That was really nice. The way the music worked with the cinematography was really nice. And then, yeah, they were probably my favourite scenes.
What would you say about how we've edited the trailer and what could we have added?
I feel like the edit was actually really good, and more almost like physical bullying scenes.
Overall the editing was good, and you maybe could have added a few more shots in different locations, but other than that,
Editing, I think it was pretty good. You know, it had the conventions of a comedy film trailer. In terms of what you could have added, I say more interactions in terms of like with the main character and other characters, for example. Like more screen time for other characters would have made it, you know, have more interaction and build more of a life towards Jack Lawrence.
It was really good, sort of like sharp, snappy edits. I feel like maybe editing down the rugby scene a little bit and maybe adding a little bit more titles into the edit as well. But apart from that, it was really good.
Where do you think we could have improved?
By adding more slapstick comedy.
where you could improve had to be the one where he's kicking the rugby ball. The ball, yeah.
Yeah, again, so like in terms of character interactions, I know it's mainly based on the main character, but having more interactions with other characters would kind of build a whole cast around him rather than just him.
Sound as a whole, sort of sound near the end is a bit quieter, and sort of mixing the sound with the soundtrack needs a tad work. But the music, the soundtrack for it is really good.